Hi, welcome back to the Career Success Academy. I'm Steve. We've got a good video for you today. About a week ago, I had a conversation with Bridget. Bridget is a student who is trying to put together a resume that will separate her from all the other resumes, from her peers. How do you do that? That's the topic of today's video. So let's start with having the conversation with Bridget, and maybe you can hear for yourself what her particular concerns are when it comes to putting together a resume. What's your name?
Bridget O'Connor.
And what's your biggest challenge when you're putting together a resume?
I would say getting the right date and then putting all of my my past jobs in order, because it's just so hard to remember like when I did that. So.
And then how do you know what to write about each one of those jobs?
Oh, like the important parts of it?
Yeah, what'd you learn, what'd you get?
Right. Yeah, I have a hard time with that too, just because a lot of them are like very similar, I would say. So yeah, it just kind of sounds like I'm making stuff.
As you could tell, Bridget is like so many other people who are trying to distinguish their resume in a way that it will not only be noticed by a prospective employer, but they'll want to bring you in for an interview. Well, one of the ways to do this is to take a look at each one of your jobs in your own career history. Even if it was just a summer job, even if it was a job that lasted for a period of time, and then for whatever reason, you abandoned that job, more or less, you left. You stopped working there. Well, how can you use this to your advantage? Even at a place where you might have worked for a year or two. How do you do this? Well, one of the ways to do this is with whatever you might have been recognized, awarded, maybe you got a certificate, anything that distinguished you while you were doing this job that demonstrates to a prospective employer that you're a cut above the rest. What if you don't have those recognition, awards, certificates, etc.? Well, what you might have are numbers. Numbers and percentages, the metrics that so many employers look for, whether it's where you're ranked in your own particular class, where you're ranked in terms of your major, your classes, your career. Where can you use numbers to your best advantage? For example, you got an award for customer service, and maybe you got that, they let you park in the good parking spot 6 months in a row. Or maybe you were, take a look at the numbers and see how you can use numbers to your advantage in each and every one of your particular jobs in your history. By using awards, using recognition, using those metrics that put you in a higher percentile than your peers, says to a prospective employer that you give the extra effort. Maybe it's something as simple as perfect attendance. You didn't get sick. Even when you were sick, you didn't miss any time. And you got Employee of the Year, whatever it might be. This works in your advantage when you're trying to separate yourself from everyone else. Now, let's recap. when you're considering your resume and how it stacks up against other people's resumes, it is important that you take a look, as Bridget was saying, at the different dates of when you work somewhere and how long you work there. It is important to put in a sentence or two about those skills that you acquired or used while you were working at that particular job. Everywhere you worked, you communicated. Everywhere you worked, you dealt with other people, you dealt with managers, you dealt with people maybe on the outside, external people, customers. However that happened, you should be able to put that into some sort of numeric advantage where you can say that while you were there, 90% of the customers were satisfied 80% of the time. So, yes, there is a little creativity, but you're honest, you're getting to the point where you can separate your resume from the other people who are just putting down bullet points and the dates of when they worked. So Bridget, this one is for you and everyone else. If you like this video, please click the box, subscribe, ring the little bell. And remember that the Career Success Academy is here to help you find your next job and to help you advance in your career. I'm Steve, and we'll look for you on the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.